So this is Basis 66 Part 2. And that's me, and this is Part 2. And oh God.
You have Aurora in different Skype or?
No. I don't. I have the computer, but I need to build this cable.
So yeah.
And I need to get
It's
another. There's too
yeah,
much.
we can.
There's basically too much for me to do, which involves small things which take a long time. So it's not going to happen tonight. I'd really hope to do that.
Okay.
And she's there. And you're on the left-hand side today. Isn't that great?
Sorry?
You're on the left side today.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Hi, Miles.
I was just explaining that I'd actually got 9/10 of a second Skype computer ready to bring you in separately, so we have independently, and then you will be able to hear each other, but you won't see each other. That's the problem.
Okay, that's cool.
Unless I put one of the, I can put the Skype cams in such a way that I could turn my camera around and look at you. Anyway, this is all talking rubbish. Let's.
No, it's however you want to set it up, Miles.
This is Basis 66 Part 2. So let's take it away. Okay, I've seen your documents, but I haven't really been able to really read it because I've been running around getting computer parts today. And there's a bloody freezing. If you get on, right, you know what you want to say. So who wants to start speaking first? Okay.
Mika, you start.
I just ask question. Was you send Aurora document to Miles? Was you send your dream to Miles? Like
I sent, yes, yeah.
So yeah, I have write all day, so I just I was not know who he thought, but I think he was talk you, so your document. So if I start, or if you start, you like to start?
You go ahead. I'm basically just going to relay what we've been discussing anyway.
Yeah.
Right, just for the point of view of the viewer, what have you been discussing? I mean, what exactly do you've done an Alfred Lloyd Webber, and so what is the, for those who didn't see Part 1, what is basically we're talking artificial intelligence and targeting individuals here, is that right?
Yeah, we have talk like we have like feminine and we have masculine and we have hybrid in this show, because we have if I'm a hybrid, then there is feminine and masculine in same show. We have mixed everything, I think, and people like what I was seeing. People was happy, like a good comments and so on. Only what was not so happy was YouTube. And YouTube never happy. So what we was talk about artificial intelligence, and we was like to say yesterday, artificial intelligence is like something what is not directly bad thing, but now after night, I don't like to say is directly good thing, as yesterday we was say and think artificial intelligence may use it to good, but today when I was look situation better, I was come to conclusion how looks like artificial intelligence work only from neutral state to negative state and turn off somehow on positive state. So somehow artificial intelligence may not work to positive at all. So it's turned like on off when person become positive, when person take control over. So person have ability with own energy to take control over.
Yeah, but the problem about that is that we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. The basic
Yeah,
point.
and really we not because yesterday we was think yesterday artificial intelligence is more likely like a water and like a crystal stone or crystal structure what it can work almost real time and with real time effect, but with everything what people have said before, and when I was look with my own scanning, I will start to get words like is slow, is tar like, is oil like, is hold memory longer period, is not so fast to work with, and when artificial intelligence to get something to copy, it start to instantly copy. So to remove copy what is already copied or started to copy may not so fast to do as is already like a manifest. So I don't know. I just this like last night and today new comments because I like to look this situation as correct as can be. So because we don't know, we make one or two part maybe enough, or do we make more parts? But so
we'll make as many parts as we need to.
Aurora can comment and you can comment. So I was just shortly present this topic and this new idea or new feeling because. Looks like artificial intelligence is may not work for good. With way how we was think is same as water. Water can carry effect and frequency, and water have memory. But artificial intelligence is somehow different. It's not exactly the same thing.
Why? What makes you think that?
Because it's like an oil type thing. Artificial intelligence feels like it's oil type thing. It's like when compare water and oil hold when have structured water and structured oil hold the memory better, and when drink structured water, positive effect is very fast, is about 5 or 10 minutes, then is fade out very fast, especially with magnetic fields. And when take structured oil, then effects stay longer period, about half hour or 15 minutes, 20 minutes, so it's a longer period.
How do you measure that?
With my own experience before. So.
And Aurora, do you want to comment on that?
Yeah, I actually want to just bring back to what you asked. I'm just going to throw this in and say, I've been working with regards to electromagnetic heart energy for a long time. And basically, I've been working with a group of people, friends, support, with regards to how we can change the effects of the artificial intelligence as it is, as I said, a sentient, organic, android, however you want to call it, entity. Okay, I don't have another word to explain it. Okay, what Mika is referring is negative reactions to anything that's being said is in a black goo state. Hence why I think he's saying oil, and it's very slow and sluggish. So I've just brought that in. Coming back to what I'm doing, the way we connected with each other a while ago, but yeah, we connected 2 days? 2 days ago, yeah, Mika? 2 days ago we've connected before.
About 2 days. So it's very this week, yeah, before weekend.
Yes. Okay. So basically, I've done Well, I've done an interview with Alfred Labramont Weber, and this was with regards to the positive timeline that was put into place. Okay.
Yeah. What basically can you essentially, for those who want to see that interview, is there any references you could say that people could go and watch that?
I don't know. I'll actually have to give it to you for you to post it in. If you'd like, I can give you a link afterwards.
Yeah, I can put that in under the screen when we do the edit.
Okay. I will definitely get that information to you. The positive timeline has already been put into place. Okay, I had an experience where I felt inspired to assist in bringing a new timeline in. Okay, that's what happened in that interview.
How do you do that? What's involved?
Intention, and basically I did astral work. I projected myself out, and I placed energy into the grid of the system of the earth, and that was to slow down anything that was in a negative position, in a negative reaction, responses or whatever. It was to slow it down so that people would take more notice of their behavior. Quite honestly, it's really, if you want to bring a bully to the surface or oust a bully, you'll really like to make them feel what they've done. It's just that's part of that. Okay.
So what would you call a bully?
Yeah. We respect, and I know I have do that same type work what you have do. Can you say what year was when you was do your work part? What you do?
2010. Although I know that it was mentioned that it was supposed to be done in 2012, but I believe that when I started, it was already 2012, but it was a timeline. The time was different. So whatever happened in 2012, 2 years ahead.
I was start to feel good first time in my own life in end 2010.
Yeah,
so
that's
I was scanned with my own attention, people future in end 2010, and I was feels very strongly 2014 is good year is like a clear enough to be good for people. But what I was not know in 2000, I was not know what happened after 2012. What was artificial delays 1 year, 1 month. So I was not know what happened. But in 2010, I was seeing what may was happen without artificial delays. So without artificial delays, I think year 2013 May was good year already to people.
I think so.
But then people then people may not survive this. Then everything happened fast with all timeline. Everything was ready to make happen to faster.
Look, so, Mika, what actually happened was when this energy line or rod or however you want to put it, when I put it into the earth, okay, what it had done was to speed up time, but at the same time slow it down. So it was really splitting lines.
Time. Yeah. Because it's when it's slowed down, when it's slowed down, artificially it makes longer period to people.
Correct.
It makes more years.
Yes, more time and yet more pocket realities. Okay, that's that.
Yeah. So now I know was you who was make 2010, especially end year was feel very good because deep underground network was started. I was just start to feel good. I was not know why, but later I was find deep underground was started to destroy what I was traveled before, and deep like a space area inside solar system was started to clear as well. Plus, planet as you say, planet Earth surface or planet Earth situation was start to become
correct.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I actually just wanted to, let's see, Miles is not here, but anyway, I'll just bring in something quickly that I wanted to just share. I've had, since that experience, I've been doing other type of work before that, where I've been working with regard to the heart energy more directly, and that's come in after the 2010 event. Okay, and because the timeline shifted, it allowed me to see more of what was happening on this planet's surface. Okay, and basically the reason that artificial intelligence, with what you said with regards to its worst, you did bring it up that you think that your calculations are that you've realized that it's actually worse. Correct? Did you pick that up today? The AI? Mika?
So I just it's not worse. It's just different.
Just different.
It's different because now, how to say? I don't look things like positive or negative. I look how it looks like from.
Okay, what does it look like now? What does it look like now?
It's just information, and it's not really like a negative, but how I feel very strongly is artificial intelligence not directly work for positive, but stay on neutral, between neutral and negative.
Correct.
Because it's used for negative, and when persons turn to be positive with own energy, then artificial intelligence turn off. It's like a shutdown.
Yeah. Yes, correct. That's okay. So I just want to bring Miles into the picture.
Yes.
I would like to.
I've got a dreadful cold, darlings. I'm not to fight this. I've got herbal teas here like mad. Continue.
Well, we'll send you lots of energy. I've actually picked up on you, so I'll send you some energy from South Africa. Warm you up.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay. Okay. Cheers. I've found out a few, from memories, from past life memories, and that those are accumulated through dreams and everything. I'm actually an experiencer with regards to the old story, the super soldiers and the MILABS and all of that, but I've managed to find a way to get myself out of that. So I am not that anymore. That's how I see myself. I'm seeing myself as out of it.
Just to hold there. There's a lot of people think the whole super soldier thing is a lot of hooey. What do you mean by the super soldier thing?
Okay, super soldier is really a very stronger manipulated MILAB experience. That's really what I've discovered. It's the same interference. It's like a MK Ultra programming on steroids, except they don't chop your fingers off, or they do threaten you to do that. It's just basically that's the bottom line. Okay, that was a bit crude, but that's really what I mean by it, because after I've moved away from that, I've realized that it's just another artificially created program to really disassociate you from your own heart energy. It's really set to separate you from yourself. And I believe, sorry?
Who is running this program if it's not the military? Or, I mean, who's doing this?
It's not just one entity or one group. It's a multiple group of entities and energies. AI is amplifying it, obviously. Whoever has got the key in his hands will be able to wield a little bit more influence and effect on what's happening around us. But I have seen them, gentlemen in suits, in high office buildings, bankers, you name it, dudes with lots of money. Those are the guys who are absolutely bored to pieces, Those are the guys who have been running the pedophilia rings, the guys who have been using a lot of energy to deep construct the heart energy so that they can break it down to a basis of lower base frequency in terms of sexual energy. There seems to be a misunderstanding that they seem to think that sexual energy is close to what they want to feel, is close to love or something like that, okay? Or it kind of quickens the spirit, if you know what I'm saying. It's using whatever is already on the planet. The electromagnetic energy, as I've said before, was on this planet to begin with, okay? Initially, when the elders created the human program or the Adama program, they were placed on the earth, but there was a second generation group that came as the follow-up, and they were from the Orion constellation. I'm just calling them, in short, the Orion group, okay? And they've basically managed to work on manipulating the DNA of humanity, and when they came to the earth, their hearts were, their DNA was so changed that it would affect their consciousness. It would affect how they would feel towards themselves. It would affect how they would feel to each other. It's based on that, you know, the little quote on the original sin, or the do you recall something like that? The original sin, it's somewhere in the Bible. That I would recall that as the original sin, where they basically worked on breaking humans' hearts. I'm just, I kind of lost my point here. Let me just, I've got notes which I would like to just share.
Come in the energies, the energetics of the intelligence of the jinn, who are smokeless fire, and the angels who were here. These original races, which according to legend, God commanded them to help humanity.
Yeah.
And the jinn said no, and they were humiliated.
All of those, all of the above, whatever there was that had a very strong etheric and you know, where they're sort of in between time, where they're in Earth, they have physical manifestation, yet they're also etheric. Those are those type of entities. Yes, correct. It's what you just said there now. Everybody and everything was interfered with from the start when they came through. When humans were here, only after they were living as a species independent of anything and everything, was the interference. The using wherever they were on the earth, using the electromagnetic energy, taking the magic that's inside of you and turning it into something black, making you feel like you want to turn your own magic into something black, if I can put it very simple.
Is this where we're bringing the Archons and the Anunnaki and the Nephilim and
yes,
the Hathors?
Yes, those are like
Valon alien group.
I beg your pardon?
The Valon, Chris Thomas refers to them as the veil from the system of
Yes.
Velos.
Yes. V, visitor. Yes, correct. I found that there was a split in the consciousness that affected the heart energy, which created duality, which left humans be open and vulnerable to any type of programming, predominantly in magical and ritual and religious. This is not a knock against any religion or anything like that. If it helps you to get to be on a good path, then so be it.
Yeah, but it also explains why the religions are being used in such a negative way to cause so much damage.
Yes, it's part of a dualistic programming. It's part of that. It's what's kept the programs going by bringing in those elements, such as the rites, the rituals. Yeah, anything that's got a ritualistic sort of sense to it, that actually helps to bring this, to keep the dualistic consciousness or the broken heart broken. So if you have one side of your heart broken, you automatically will believe that there is a right and a wrong. You'll believe there's a night and a day. You'll keep those things in because that is how you are programmed to be. You have your brain is split into two parts. That's exactly
Are we leading
the dual.
into where these children and these thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of children are abused and tortured and what
Yes.
the shattering of the psyche and the heart?
And made to fools, even to fools. That was how to say people not know how nasty situation had been.
Yes, it's whatever helps. Yes.
So, do you want to
go ahead? No, go ahead, Mika.
There's many things already, and I just same things I can say with different words. First thing was you believe you think you're different because you have left that behind that what was situation, and people are what people believe. So it's good to believe to be different or to take a step to be different, and not stay on that what was happened, because that really was like a worst case scenario, was not best case scenario. And MILABS are undergrounds. Yeah, and it was like a business world connection to MILABS. Mine was like a business world what was keep up MILABS and give money, and how I was experienced undergrounds when I was travel deep undergrounds. I was feel undergrounds what was look like a modern and sleek was built with people tax money.
Yeah,
So
that's correct. That's correct. I've seen that here in this country.
Yeah, it's business, and undergrounds was connection to outside country lines, as I was traveled to desert and so on. So and country where I was start travel was not have desert, so clearly I was outside country.
Yeah, you probably were in Africa.
Yeah. Somehow I was looked before African map, and I was somehow feel it may be same area, but was have metal fence around, and access was very difficult. So people was not easy find way in, and people may was not find easy way out. Was like a trap. And on that location, I was in Finland's technology, what was look like a totally different, was not try to hide, was already like how I was feel that the desert location was like a new world order cell. So it was like a small size, what was trying to make bigger size, like a cell, small working cell already.
Yes. I've if I may just add to what you just said there, I've seen through remote viewing and actually being transported. This was, like I said, past tense, where they were busy buying up people's information online using social platforms, where they were buying up their identities, and I saw people sitting with these piles and piles of paper, and they were all tagged in different colors, and each person had a different genetics, or not the genetics, I beg your pardon, but their existence, their personality was mainly about that, and I saw it with other other businessmen, other conglomerates. So it's a trade. It's really trading.
They was like a sold or trade by the ID.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, is this what the whole social media networks is all about? To grab people's identities and personalities?
I would say yes, and it depends on what you're putting out there. Yes, but it's not just where it's taken from. It's also taken from the sensitive because the information was gathered over a period of time. Organization, they were involved, and the United Nations, they were involved in this trading off of information of individuals of the countries. So, yeah, I'd say that the social media platform is definitely assisting. Now, everything that's on the planet is a Windows operated system, and that's why they want to get you online permanently, because it'll just be so much easier.
Is that also an energetic consciousness connection? Some people have suggested that the computer technology we're using is a Trojan horse technology to deliberately access our consciousness. I mean, when people play video games, their consciousness is actually engaging in the computer. The computer is actually engaging inside your head.
Exactly. That is exactly correct. There's actually warnings on, I don't know if you know about this, but if you look at a game, a normal computer game, there are warnings at the back of the game, where it says if you play for so many hours or so many minutes, you need to stop and go and take a break and take a breather and then come back. And if you start feeling nauseous and headache, you need to do this and this and that. So they do warn you, so you will experience some sensation. So I actually would just say that it's an absolute...
They wouldn't be doing that unless it was a legal thing. They're not helping you. They're just sort of trying to avoid being sued.
Well, they're also telling you to see how far they can get away with it. I believe that they've got an ability where they would like to show it's like a theater, where the players on the stage need to show. It's like those old Japanese theaters where they show kabuki, I think, or maybe I could be wrong with the pronunciation, where they show symbolic images or gestures for the audience, and if the audience doesn't see it, you know what, tough, they've just gotten that one across, to elaborate on the stories that they like to play out. If you don't see what the magician is showing you, then you know what, you're just another one that they could actually just win over by what you don't see won't hurt you type of thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because what you see on internet and on media, you see trick, but when you not know is trick, and when you not know is like a magic. What I would like to very fast comment about this Facebook. When I take 3 Facebook's page, like an account differently, and when I write something to other person Facebook, I get with 3 account I was get before 3 different result, and so there is some type program what calculate to every account and to every account different behavior. So, but when you make only one account, you not know is trick.
Yes, and that's why you won't see it.
And today, when I was look first part, we was record last night, I was get without logging to YouTube and with logging YouTube, I was get totally different result, people comments.
I think that's called, Google are doing that with, they're building up your mind map, and then they're actually will respond to you individually and keep constantly checking and interrogating you to build what your mind map is, even right down to your keyboard pressings and how you type, how you write, so they can work out how your brain is working.
That's exactly it.
First they give to people like a unique, differently like a differently work account, unique account differently. So you, when you compare your own situation to others, it's already different, and then they start to manipulate you, if especially if you risk. So.
Certainly, just on the issue of computer games, we leave the subject. Certain computer companies are actually hiring people on the basis on how they are interacting consciously with the game. and how they actually become part of the game itself. It is, you are actually in the game consciously, and if you do
Yes.
that, they want to hire you. That's what they want. It's crucial. So they are.
Yes.
If this is a consciousness event.
Now, I actually want to just add to what you're saying there, Miles. I agree with you. I'm bringing in the super soldier aspect again. I just would like to elaborate on that and bring what you're saying together. I believe that the super soldier programs are busy fading out or faceting out or becoming into something else. It's metamorphosizing into something else. I believe that whatever worked for a certain group of young individuals, however many years, and given whenever it started the first time, I'm not going to bring in a time or year, whenever that happened. When this specific programming started, it started with an MK Ultra based program, okay, in a different manner. And this program, this MK Ultra program, is really based on deprogramming the heart consciousness, okay? Now, you brought in with regards to being in the game. Yeah, that is exactly how you are becoming separated from yourself. You're becoming part of the AI. The AI is assimilating you. Star Trek, become part of the Borg. Let's become one big black cube. I believe that.
Sorry, this is the 2045 agenda, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Avatar.
Absolutely. It's whatever. It's a username becomes avatar. Not anymore. You had a username. Now it's become an avatar. Wherever you go, you don't have the username anymore. It's really what is your, or okay, you do, but I've seen on most sites, you have to give a little image of who you think you're going to be, who you think you are. So all these people that put these superheroes or whatever you want to call it, images that they feel they'd like to aspire to. But again, I'm not going to overanalyze that. I actually just want to bring in something else as well. I've had some dreams and some experience where I have seen that the AI situation is basically symbiotic or sentient, as we spoke about, right? I want to bring that in because it's important, because your neighbor can be part of that program, okay? In its nature, it is basically doing something called machine learning. Now, if you wanted to, about a year ago, they started advertising for jobs for people to, IT people, developers, to go and be part of this free course on machine learning, how to write, how to do human behavior and send the information to them, and so they can actually map the brain accordingly, as exactly what you said. The keyboard, reading your keys, key logging your keys.
Yeah, there was somebody at the David Icke at People's Voice who was actually doing that. He was actually a company who was setting up a network, and the whole point was that they, based on whether you use how you correct spelling mistakes, how you retype or use how you use the system, is used to build a mind map of you inside your synapses of the brain.
Exactly. The Android phone has a facility where it basically asks you to set it so that you can type out how you want to type it out, and then eventually it's got your own, you've got your own personal predictive texting facility that it is giving to you.
Yeah, I've seen that happen. Also, it understands what I'm saying, which is amazing.
Yes.
Against all the background noise as well.
Exactly. Also waving and it comes on, or etc. Okay. This machine learning is, I believe, the origin. Well, of the origin of this of it, I believe, comes from a project called Hydra. Now, I know this because I've dreamt it. I dreamt about it. Someone in my dream told me, you need to be mindful. There are two things. One is Project Hydra, and the other is Project Pegasus.
Okay,
So,
just let's nail that down. What is Hydra and what is Pegasus? What are those programs?
okay, Project Hydra is actually it's got a super soldier connection, but that's just on the surface. Um, it's a Hydra. Well, I had to do some research myself, and some people actually helped me to get the information across. A Hydra is really a mythological beast with many heads and serpentine heads. I can't claim if there is such a project, but it was spelt out very clearly to me in the dream that it is something that is very vital at this moment in time. The current timeline, the current time reality that we're in right now as we're having this discussion. Okay. Project Hydra had something to do with a beast with many heads that can mimic our minds so that we are experiencing a personalized reality or pocket reality in the system. Again, it is disassociating us from our souls and our consciousness by allowing us to be part of it. Okay. Each head represents a head of a state or a person. Okay, so when you look at your computer screen or when you look at your phone, there's the scrying glass or looking pond or head, face to face, FaceTime, etc. It's got that ability. Okay, so I believe that the entire agenda is really to disassociate ourselves from ourselves. But that's a given that everybody knows that now. Everybody who's listening to this program knows that that is what the deal is. I can prove that it's because of a broken heart. I can prove that the broken heart comes from the original interference of bringing them into this planet, bringing humanity into this planet. I can prove that that's where it starts. I can also prove that it's using electromagnetic energy that's on the planet. So if we want to attack the AI, we're going to attack the planet. If we want to attack the planet, we're attacking AI. And the only way to disassociate ourselves from AI is what Mika said, is to basically work on our internal consciousness, our heart energies. Am I right, Mika?
Yeah, in same moment people are used as human shield or
Yes.
Or similar situation, people are used and as shield. And as you say, planet Earth is used as shield, like against when you attack against artificial intelligence, you have negative effect, or how to say, you generate just like a negativity what becomes stronger. So it's generate automatically negative effect to planet Earth.
Yeah.
And in same moment or same way, people are used as human shield, but what can see in everyday life. So this situation cannot be clear very fast because people are as human shield. So others are standing behind people and people are standing like a wall and people not know something is wrong.
Yeah. Because they're not seeing it, yeah. Anyway, however this program is running, it's really just using the creative ability of everybody that's on the planet. The way to basically stop this, or how they actually go about in this is they've got a few processes that they put into place. A heart becomes cold once it's broken and not restored. I think that's pretty obvious. The broken heart is not necessarily actually a broken one, but it works on the principle of the first love or creator of creation, the Father, Son, the Abraham who sacrificed his son, the whole thing where there's the one opposite the other, where something's happening.
I feel they have, as I was saying yesterday, hybrid people are partly, or hybrid people are turned against high physical dimensions. So some programs work with good reason. So people inside program think they do good, but they don't do good.
That's the dualistic thing that we were talking about earlier, about having the two sides to the entire system.
Yeah.
This
And programs and dark situation work with logic, with
yes,
like but I was right. I cannot read it in my own right. So anyway, it's
Sign of
logic. It's
genius,
like it's
Scott Lang.
without like common sense. So you not have common sense, but you have
yeah,
you have reason, even good reason, and you have blind logic. So you like
yes,
trust is blindly trust is happen good, but could not happen with dark
yeah,
situation and with dark program. Yes.
yeah,
So
absolutely. I just wanted to add something here. I believe that they're using an illusionary frequency to bring one down to subservient dissociative disorder. That's a lot of words, but
Yes,
that's really what
definitely.
it is.
Must, yeah.
STD. Okay. Breaking the heart into two polarities or duality, which creates causal emotional destruction of sense of self. So you're losing your self-awareness, you're losing yourself. Okay. To access the broken heart and to manipulate it by sending or blasting it or pumping it full of frequencies to harden and create separatism with self-mind control through mind games, etc. Okay?
How is that being implemented? How would people know that's happening to themselves?
When they start feeling that they don't care anymore, when they become apathetic, that is the first telltale sign. When you
There's
have
a lot of
apathy.
people doing that. There's a lot of people in that state.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
I like to comment. So they separate you already to believe your own to believe your own reality, your own manifest, what others generate and others
Yes.
keep up. So it's why you feel lack and why you not feel good, because it's others creation. And
Exactly.
it's with your own energy, with your own support.
Exactly. 100%. Exactly.
This is nasty. It's not good, this.
Yeah, that's it. This is, you can't, I wouldn't bring something in if I haven't experienced it myself, and I'm normally using myself as my own guinea pig in terms of anything that I research. So
Yeah, completely. I mean, I can see where some of these television documentaries that there's a number of television documentaries on the whole Max Spear's death and all that sort of stuff. I can see the pattern of questions and the pattern of observations that they're doing is exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, that's it. That's it. There's what Mika has just said. Basically, he's kind of just completed the next sentence that I wanted to give. Is this association sets in an altar, or an alteration has been made to you, and you have an altar. So yes, there is that false reality which Mika was just bringing out.
Now,
I'm
just
just
because of language, your altar that you're talking about, the altar, is that the same altar that a person with multiple personalities programming in them would be? Is that the same thing?
Yes, correct. It's basically one facet that's sliced into many other multiple facets. It's really basically one personality divided into, let's say, 6. Okay, and it's got 6 different versions of the characteristics of the original, the person, their mind. Okay, I've seen it in people who have this condition where they have multiple personalities. It's really the same. I mean, there's the child, there's an adult, there's an abuser, there's a victim, there's all of those what do you call them, archetypal conditions or personalities that people have. Those are the alters. The problem is that's just it. Whatever they put in to create this alteration it's limited to only working with what they've got. Okay, so hence why Archontic, or the con of arc or light, I'm just breaking it up like that as I'm speaking, cannot produce something original. It can only use or reproduce or copy or change or alter what it's got. That's just something.
Yeah,
This is
it's
crucial
like-
as to why they need original thought. It's also crucial why certain of these companies in computers go for original thought generators. There's a crucial element of what's happened, why they need in Ireland. They need them, why CERN has been looking for artists.
Yes. Yes.
I mean,
Right.
they need original thinkers. They
Yes.
because they're running out of this high programming. So.
Yes, absolutely. That's why they're actually having. I see in this country they're starting to become more conscious about traditions. So they want people to become more traditional in terms of their culture. It's really just a cycle. It's a sick cycle, really, because they it's like this machine that just eats and eats and eats these personalities or these original things, and then spits out copies and duplicates. And because it gets bored, it wants another thing to play with. You know, this is just really, that's just, yeah.
But
Anyway,
that means this identity where people go back to their roots and they start displaying these, you know, where people want to start using their native languages,
yeah,
is actually not in our interest at all. It's actually them playing games.
yeah. It's motivating you to become more of yourself. What's happening in this country, I'm using this country as an example, is there was this big story about the wanting to burn or paint all the colonial statues that are not from South Africa. They wanted to basically get rid of it because it's symbolic to, that's not from their original source. They believe that they're native, I'm talking about the African people now, that they have African roots and that they want to go back to that specifically. And so what's been happening is there's this interference that's blown over to this country where the ones who I'm speaking from post-apartheid. I'm not bringing that in at all. I'm just want to give it as an example. I don't feel like speaking about that because that's like that's a old story, old horse. They want to bring back their original, how they were before colonials came to the country. Okay. And at the same time, there's another frequency that's coming in that's making them become cold towards themselves, towards each other. There's more violence taking place. Yes. And that's unfortunately because of the frequency that's coming in, that's an artificially intelligent created frequency to make them feel that they can now associate themselves with, let's say, whatever it is that's motivating them at the moment. But the bottom line of this is really to manipulate everybody using the Earth's energy. If it's what Mika says about being a hybrid, you're more susceptible, you're more affected if you don't know your way around the chessboard. So you need to just walk nicely around there and not become affected by it. You have a choice. We always have a choice. I actually don't. Yeah, it's really all about the disassociation of yourself with your heart, with yourself.
Now you mentioned these energies. I mean, there's a lot of people saying this, that we're going through a transformation. There's these energies coming in. I mean, are you referring to the energies, these energies that people are talking about, or other energies? I mean, what are these?
These energies in terms of the change is what you're saying. I'm not saying
everybody says it's going through the change. There's a lot of healers and people picking up on all this, and we're going through the major transformation. It's really a big thing. But are you talking different energies?
Is wave what coming from and what fresh up energy locally as well inside solar system is come from central galaxy or very center galaxy, or is come from even more far distant, but it's like a wave what jump from solar to solar, from sun to sun, and is transferred like from location to location before is coming to inside solar system from solar. So it's not come from from space area from outside solar, but solar system, but it's come from solar. Is like a wave outside from solar, because solar is work like a portal to energy wave what come from galactic center or galactic center, anyway. It's like a.
No, you're right. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but because it's come from it need to jump, wave need to jump, and energy update need to jump from point to point before is here, is take is situation cannot say exactly when is here, because there is always resistance what slow down, and it cannot calculate so exactly. It's about known, but it's not exactly known like an hour and day before it's near enough, or so from distance cannot say. But it's travel very fast and it's very soon here, and it's like a wash. It's like a water to wash, or it's like a new fresh energy, or it's like a huge shift. But it's physical thing what happens. So.
Well, I think we're getting up to the top of the hour now. So why don't we just let folks have a quick break, and we'll maybe make ourselves more herbal tea, and come back in a couple of minutes with part 3. How do you feel about that?
Excellent. How are you feeling, Mika?
Yes, I feel good. This was go good. Yes.
Good. Thank you. Yes.
And I'll get my herbal medicine and God knows what else. Okay. Well, we'll just stop this file now, and we'll come back in a few moments.